Hello there, I'm Sketch,
And I'm Slash Frame.
and welcome to our first episode of our series.
So prepare yourselves. This is Sketch and Slash.
The topic of our first episode will be Sweet and Elite.
We will go over about what we liked and disliked about this episode, which is a personal favorite of ours.
In this episode, Rarity goes to Canterlot for a visit. While there, she interacts with several members of Canterlot's socialites, and in doing so, she is able to climb up the social ladder. Remember, when Rarity was introduced in the first episode, she said that she had always wanted to go to Canterlot. Now we get to see that wish come true.
While enjoying herself in Canterlot, she encounters two upper-class ponies. At first, they treated her nicely, like she was one of them. But when they found out where she's from, they treated her like someone beneath them. This is where we get a taste of what the citizens of Canterlot are like, which are basically a bunch of snobs.
It is because of this encounter Rarity decides to prove that she is just as sophisticated as the rest of Canterlot's upper class. Rarity also runs into a character named Fancy Pants, and contrary to Slash's previous description of the upper class, he appears not to be snobbish and actually makes an effort to get to know her and starts her on the track up the social ladder.
When he introduced Rarity to a few of his socialite friends, they didn't see her as someone of their class. It wasn't until she impresses Fancy Pants and he praises her, this starts her on the road into gaining popularity from the Canterlot socialites. This also shows that the Canterlot elite are like a flock of sheep. They will quickly judge someone by their opinion, but they will quickly change their mind when some pony of a higher class than their own says different. If some pony dresses in a certain way that disgusts them, then see someone else that dresses similar, they'll say that they love it just because someone they respect is wearing it. This shows that their own opinion is irrelevant, which makes you wonder, who are they to judge someone when they don't value their own opinion?
I have to agree that the upper class do care a lot about public appearances, to the point of blindly agreeing with any po. Are we actually saying that?
Yes, just roll with it.
Fine. They'll blindly agree with any pony that is of a higher status.
Next, let's talk about the song becoming popular.
All I have to say is that I like the song. Enough said.
I know, right? I mean, listen to this.
I'll be the toast of the town, the girl on the go, and the type of pony every pony should know. I'll be the one to watch the girl in the flow, and the type of pony every pony should know.
The only thing I would like to point out is that during the song we see Rarity standing next to Prince Blueblood. You'd think that after the events from the episode The Best Night Ever, Rarity wouldn't be 20 feet near Blueblood.
You, sir, are the most uncharming prince I have ever met! In fact, the only thing royal about you is that you are a royal pain!
Ew! Stay back! I just had myself groomed!
Afraid to get dirty?
It's because of this and what Twilight said later in the episode, referencing the Grand Galloping Gala, it's unknown when this episode takes place. Some say it takes place after the episode, The Best Night Ever, while others say it takes place before the episode. If we say that this took place before the episode, then that would mean that Rarity met Blueblood before the Grand Galloping Gala. But that can't be right. When they talk to each other, the dialogue show that this is the first time they've met each other.
Well, hello. I am Prince Blueblood.
I am Rarity.
Which brings me back to my previous statement, that if this episode takes place after the events of The Best Night Ever, Rarity wouldn't be interacting with Blueblood after what happened.
Keep in mind that Rarity is trying to maintain her social status, so it's highly likely that she would suck it up and deal with Blueblood for the sake of public appearances. Then again, it's probably just an animation error. The animators have admitted to just pasting characters in the background just to fill out space.
I guess. Moving on.
Then Rarity gets invited to a major garden party on the same day as Twilight's birthday. Rarity pretty much decides to ditch Twilight for the garden party. That's when hilarity ensues when all her friends show up.
The only thing that bothers me about Twilight's birthday party is the fact that Spike wasn't there.
Wait, Spike wasn't in this episode?
Twilight and Spike are the best of friends, and have been together since the day that Spike was hatched by Twilight. You might think that there was just some kind of excuse as to why he wasn't there, but it doesn't matter. The fact is that Twilight wanted to celebrate her birthday with all her friends, which is the reason why she moved her birthday party to Canterlot so that Rarity wouldn't miss out, and yet Twilight didn't bring the one dragon that's been her friend the longest out of everyone there. Makes you wonder why Megan McCarthy didn't let Spike go to the party.
Maybe Spike didn't get the memo. Anyways, there are several moments in this episode that made me laugh, especially Twilight's dancing. I mean, come on, what was that?
Seriously, what the fuck is this sketch? If you were to tell all those stuck-up Canterlot elite snobs that a year from now this mayor having a seizure in front of them is going to be your future princess, what do you think would be on their mind?
Looks like there will be a new dance craze when that happens. Dude, we're still on the air. Snap out of it.
What? Oh, sorry. I'm alright. I'm okay. Anyway, one last thing I want to point out is that none of these ponies knew who Rarity or her friends are. You'd think you would recognize the elements of harmony, am I right? These 6 have saved Equestria twice, and have 2 stained glass windows in their honor at the princess's castle. You'd think that these so-called Canterlot elites would recognize them after saving Equestria from discord when they had their Star Wars ceremony celebration.
Yeah, I got nothing there. Now for the moral of the episode. Always remember where you came from and be proud of who you are. What a great lesson, right?
Right.
However, there is another lesson in this episode that's never brought up, but it's there. And like my dad used to say, listen to what they say and also to what they don't say. You see, Rarity lies several times in this episode. A few of them actually help her up the social ladder, and the few times she almost gets caught, she was able to get out of it scot clean.
And who is this rainbow dash? Why, she's the Wonder Boat's trainer, of course. My dear Twilight, I am afraid I won't be able to make it to your birthday party tomorrow because poor Opal is quite ill, and she is in no condition to make the long journey back to Ponyville. I do hope you understand. Your friend, Rarity.
How about you start by saying what you're doing in that fancy getup?
This, well, I always put on something a little fancy when Opal's feeling under the weather. Cheers it right up.
I say, what is that scent you're wearing? It smells like... Is that cake frosting?
Yes, I always dab a little frosting behind my ears before I go out. After all, who doesn't like the smell of cake frosting? I think I left the bathwater running in my suite. I really should go check on Opal. Is that Princess Celestia? I need to use the little filly's room.
All of those ponies look so posh. And with the Grand Galloping Gala coming up, I bet you could totally get some of them to buy your dresses. Very smart.
Why, yes, I didn't want you to think I was being rude, so that's exactly the reason I didn't tell you. The one and only reason.
So, to summarize, dear Princess Celestia, I learned that in life and in success that it's okay to lie your way to the top as long as you don't get caught, that is.
A very valuable lesson to have learned.
How's that for a lesson directed at kids? Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Rarity lied the entire episode, and odds are she told the truth most of the time. I'm just pointing out the key moments where her lying worked out in her favor and were without consequences. After all, think about it. Twilight will never know that one of her best friends was going to abandon her on her birthday for personal gain.
I wonder what Megan McCarthy would say to what you just said.
I have no idea. Anyways, to conclude our review, where would you rate this episode, Slash?
Well, Sketch, all in all, even with the small flaws, this is one of my favorite episodes, so I will give it a 7 out of 10.
As for me, this is one of my favorite episodes, and despite the hidden lesson, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. We would like to thank all of you for watching our first episode, and if there are any episodes you would like us to discuss, just comment below. Also, we won't just be discussing the show, we will also be reviewing the comic series by IDW.
as well as the many MLP fan-made videos on the internet.
So until next time, I'm Astral Sketch.
And I'm Slash Frame.
And thanks for watching.